Hi guys, I am here to talk about Warped Tour. I'm straight out of the shower, so I apologize for the supernatural hair and no makeup on the face. And I'd also like to point out my shirt only says fuck. That's all it says. No, I'm just kidding. It says, fuck air, I breathe Carolina. Okay, so I love this shirt, by the way. In case you couldn't tell. It's the night after Warped Tour, and I went to the Cincinnati date on July 16th. I don't know, let's start from many months ago when I was like about to turn 15, and I was like, my birthday's coming up, what to ask for from my dad. And so I made the greatest decision of asking for 2 tickets to Warped Tour for me and my best friend. And he was like, yeah, sure. Every single week, or like sometimes every single day, in my planner, this is my daily agenda for school, I would like count down the days till this month, which is highlighted in yellow, which is when all the concerts are, and then I would write down like how many days were left over here. Fall Out Boy, Warped, and then Panic. And I made pages for each one, and this is the page for Warped Tour. So yeah. And I actually took this to Warped Tour because I was like gonna get people to sign up here, but as you can see, it is totally blank because once I got there, I was like, we really want to see these people perform, and like we had like a lot of people that we want to see. We want to see Mayday Parade, we want to see Breathe Carolina, we want to see the Ready Set, we want to see Falling in Reverse, we want to see We the Kings, possibly the Summer Set, possibly Issues. Actually, Issues was on the must-see list, but traffic completely prevented that. I'm still dying over it, kind of, because oh my god, I wanted to see Issues so bad. They were like my number 2 band, so that was really a letdown, but I got to see the Ready Set and Falling in Reverse, which I was really happy about, and also Breathe Carolina I was happy about. Yeah. Let me start with the morning we woke up. We had to wake up really early because like we have a 2-hour drive to Cincinnati, plus, well, actually it ended up being 3 hours since traffic, so my dad was right. You're cool, Dad, I guess. But so we woke up at like 7:30. I woke up at 3:30. Oh, my phone just turned on. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning because I thought it was 7:30, and I was so excited. Like, I was sleeping so lightly, you know, like when you've got something big planned, or like, this is the best example. Like, if you buy a new outfit and you're gonna wear it like the day after you buy it, going to sleep, you sleep really lightly because you're excited to wear the new outfit, you know. That's what it was like, because I kept waking up. I woke up at I think 1:45, I woke up at 3:30, and then I finally stayed asleep, and then I woke up at 6:30, and then I fell back asleep, and I woke up at 7:30, and I started to get ready. So, and then he got here at 8:30, and so we had to throw all of our stuff in this bag, and I brought this planner, I brought my phone, I brought a charger, I brought a camera that I didn't end up using, we brought Sharpies, we brought money, we brought ibuprofen, 2 sealed bottles of water. We didn't bring any snacks because we were like, we really gonna eat. And I can't remember what else we brought. We brought gum, which is a good idea to bring. And chapstick, face sunscreen. I didn't bring like regular sunscreen, I just brought sunscreen for my face. And deodorant. That is an important thing you might want to bring if you're going to Warped Tour. If you are a female going to Warped Tour, you may also want to bring some feminine products. Like me and my friend, who is also a girl, she was like, I thought about bringing stuff, but then I didn't. So that became a problem later on. I'll tell you all about it. We get there, it actually started at 11, and we didn't actually enter until I believe like 12:30, and Breathe Carolina was going on at the Kia Soul stage, yeah, I think it was Kia Soul, at 1:45. So we got in, we got familiar with everything, we went to a couple of tents, and we walked around for a little bit. I was like, Dad, we both got our phones, you can go do your own thing. I wanted him to go find reverse daycare, but he couldn't, because, I don't know, he's not that smart. He just started asking people where he could buy beer at. So that's a thing that my dad did. I'm really jealous of what my dad did at Warped Tour. Okay. But anyways, so we get in, and we go walk around, like I said, and then we go to the bathroom, I think, and then we go towards the Kia Soul stage, and we get there, and we didn't get all the way in the front, but we got pretty close. I've got it here. We got pretty close to the stage, and like, it was a great show, and I could see David the whole time, and the like giant balls that they threw out in the crowd, they got like demolished. Like, they were flat, and it just fell on top of our heads once, and we were like, because it was like, it's just like flat by the time it got to us, and it just draped over our heads, and it was like we were dying or something. But yeah, that was fun. It was so much fun. I can't remember what all they did. I have a couple videos, I think, of their set that I'll insert. But I was definitely most excited for Sellouts, and it was really good. And the mashup that they did of like old Breathe Carolina stuff was amazing too. They did the Birds and the Bees mixed I could not remember the name of that song for the life of me. They did the Birds and the Bees, and then it like streamlined into Hello Fascination, and then they did Blackout, and it was amazing. And then they did Sellouts, and Savages is what they opened up with, which was awesome. Claps for Savages. And obviously I'm wearing a Breathe Carolina shirt, so yeah, that was one. I didn't buy as much merchandise as I thought I would. I brought like so much money. I brought $300, and I think about $313 actually, because I was like, I'm gonna buy everything, and I ended up only buying 3 shirts, so I definitely didn't need that much money. Yeah, I could have survived if I would have only brought like $70. So yeah, because I watched a bunch of Warped Tour like 101 stuff, and it was like, if you plan on buying merch, bring $100. And I was like, $100? What are you talking about? I'm gonna buy everything. After that, the way that ours was set up, the Kia Soul and the Electric Soul stages were like on the same stage, just it was like a big stage, and they had one side was the Kia Soul and one side was the Electric Soul. So all we had to do for when Mayday Parade came on at 2:15, right after them, they were supposed to come on at 2:15. They didn't come on until like 2:30, or not, maybe even later than that, but they were really late. I don't know what was going on. But so we like, from where we were, we just went like diagonal and then straight, and we got right up in like the very front almost to see Mayday Parade. The way in where ours was, like the main stages, they were surrounded by seats, so we got even up in front of the seats. We got over the gate and like between where the front of the stage is and the barricade, so we were right up in there. Oh, and when Breathe Carolina was done, they told everyone in the front to move back 6 feet, and like a bunch of people just started coming up, and I saw my friend Kayla, and I was like, "Hey, Kayla!" And then we just like beelined it to see Mayday Parade. And so we waited there. We were being smothered by people, and then they finally came out and they performed. And my friend, I honestly, I liked Mayday Parade like in like 6th and 7th, and even not that much in 8th grade. That's when I kind of stopped listening to them. And then I started listening to them this year, and I showed my friend them, and I think she became more of a fan of them than I did. So I don't really know all of their songs, like especially off their new album, like Monsters in the Closet. But I think my friend is more of a fan of them than I am. So she actually got a poster after we watched them perform, and she got it signed and got to meet all of them, but you don't get to take pictures, which was dumb. But yeah, that's really cool. I'll see if she can send me a picture so I can show you. It's a really cool poster. Actually, right after that, we basically ran straight to the Warhead stage to see the Ready Set at 3:30, because since their set was so delayed, they didn't finish until like a little after 3. So Ready Set started at 3:30, so we got there and we got right in the front. Like I said right in the front for the Mayday Parade, but we were like as close to the stage as you can get for the Ready Set, which was amazing because that is actually the 4th time that I've seen the Ready Set, and they've been my all-time favorite band probably since like 4th, 5th grade, when I was like 9, 10 years old. They've been my favorite band ever since, which is crazy to say. And I know other bands that I like a lot, and like I know so many bands that their music is probably better than the Ready Set, but just for some reason, just the first band that you ever like, it's just weird. Like I would never say that I like a band more than the Ready Set for some reason, which I don't get. But yeah, they're definitely my favorite band still to this day. And seeing them so many times, well, I guess not so many times. I mean, 4 times is kind of a lot actually, for a band, you know, to see live, I would think, and just within like 3 years. But yeah, it was really good. And that was probably my favorite time I've ever seen them perform, other than the very first time that I went and saw them. Although the first time that I saw them was an acoustic set, it was probably their second best concert to what they put on at Warped Tour. So after the Ready Set, actually let me go through some of the songs that they did. They opened with Higher, and they all came out wearing animal masks, which, I mean, that was cool, obviously. And I actually, like, up until the show, it was like 3:15, and I could see them all like walking around not backstage, but like behind the little banners that say Bad and Better. And I took a picture of Travis and like tweeted it at Jordan. I was like, I spy Travis. And then they came out, they started with Higher, but they said they were gonna perform some old songs, which I was like, oh my gosh, yes, really. Like, I was thinking old songs, like I wanted them to perform stuff off of probably like Syntax and Bright Lights. That's how old I was shooting. But really, they only went back to like Young Forever and Love Like Whoa, which are not that old in my opinion. Like, there's some really old songs of theirs. Like, if they would have played something off of Tantrum Castle, I probably would have died. If they would have played anything off of Syntax and Bright Lights, I probably would have died too. But no, they did Love Like Whoa, Young Forever, and I don't remember. I think those are the only old ones they did. Oh, and they did Killer, which, I mean, another one that's not that old. And then they came back, they did Fangs. I'm thinking that's... Oh, they did give me your hand too. And they really dragged out give me your hand. Which I'm going to put in some videos of that here so you all can see. I love their set. After that was over, we were like, okay, let's walk around a little bit, because after that we didn't have anyone that we wanted to see until 5:15, which was when Falling in Reverse was gonna play. And I was like, let's just go like shop around, get some merch and stuff, and like go see if we can meet some people. So we walked around, and I think this was the first shirt that I bought. I wanted to get a Falling in Reverse shirt, but they were all like sold out by the time I got there, which was ridiculous. Well, I mean, they weren't all sold out, but like the like cool ones were. So I walked down some more, and I saw Jeffree Star, and I was like, oh, I want to meet him. And then I saw the line, and I was like, nope, I don't gotta meet him that bad. The line was like all circled around the whole lawn, so I was like, no. So we walked past that. I would love to meet Jeffree Star, but so we walked past that. The next place that we stopped was Breathe Carolina's tent, so I bought this shirt, and then we walked all the way down. We saw the Warped YouTubers tent, which was at the very end, and I saw Damon, and I saw Jason, and I was like, oh, I want to meet them too. And then I looked at the lines again, and I was like, wow, no, I don't have all that time. So we walked back, and I was like, I want to find the Stay Happy Stay Weird tent. I want to get something. I want to buy something from them. And so I went down. We circled around again for some reason, and then Michaela was like, I see the Stay Happy Stay Weird tent, and I was like, oh my god, let's go. So I go down there, and Johnny Hannell was there, and I was just like, I was trying to contain myself, but like I'm pretty sure I lost my composure a little bit too much. And so I took a picture with him, and I hugged him, which I was super awkward. Oh, it was so awkward, because like I was like, hi, and he was like, hey, and I just kind of hugged him, and I'm pretty sure he didn't see that coming, but he hugged me. He hugged me back after a second of unexpectedness. And then he was like, how's your day or something? And I could hardly hear anything because my hearing was like shot from the Ready Set because we were right next to the speakers. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't hear anything. And he's like, yeah, it's really loud. And I was like, can I get a picture? So I got a picture with him. And then he was like, hey, can I help you out? What, do you want anything? And I was like, I want that shirt. And yeah, I got that shirt, which I should have brought those shirts out here so I could show y'all. But I'll take a picture of them and put them in right here. This is the shirt that I got from Stay Happy Stay Weird, which I love. I love that shirt. Johnny touched it. He touched it. I haven't washed it since he touched it. And he gave it to me, and he was like, thanks. And I was like, I love you. I didn't say that, but like we were walking away, and I was like, I lifted the shirt up, and I was like, I met Johnny. Yes. And then I tweeted that picture at him late, not even later. It was like 20 minutes after I met him, and I was like, I met Johnny, and I was super awkward. And he favorited it. So yeah, my friend was like, you were totally fangirling, and I've never seen you like that. It was funny. And I was like, shut up. But I was legitimately fangirling. So after that, where did we go? We went to the Ready Set's merch tent, which was like way far away. We went up the lawn again, and we went down the stairs next to the YouTuber tent, which I saw Jason and Damon again, and I was like, I love you guys, but I'm not waiting to meet you that long. But anyway, so we went down those stairs, and then we went to the merch tent for the ready set, which was really, really far away. It was like very end. And so we get there, and I get a shirt. I get this shirt, this tie-dye shirt. And McKaylin got just the white Bad and the Better shirt. So after that, what did we do? We were both kind of like tired, and I was like, let's just go back up to the tents and look around and see if there's anything that we missed. So we went back up on the lawn next to the tents, past the YouTuber tent again, saw Damon and Jason again, and McKaylin was like, I'm just tired, let's just sit down. I'm like, okay, I want some water. And she's like, okay, yeah, I do here. So we sit down, and we get out the water, and I turn around, and I see Jason, and his line, his line was super short. There were literally like 2-3 people in it to meet him and get pictures. And I was like, and my dad came and saw us, like he came and sat down next to us, and I was like telling him who all the people were, because McKaylin didn't know who all the people were, and the dad didn't know who all the people were. Timmy from, I think it's 7 Minutes in Heaven. So, but he was there, and then Late Night Reading was there, and this is another thing. When we got there originally, I'm like circling all around the story, but anyways, when we arrived to Warped Tour after we got my dad's little wristband so he could get in, we saw Late Night Reading at the gate, and McKaylin didn't know who they were, and my dad didn't know who they were, and I was like, I know them, I love them, I've loved them for so long, I want to meet them. But I was actually so nervous that I actually didn't even go up and say hi, which that really sucks. That makes me sad, but like, I'm just too shy, I guess. There were so many people I could have met that I didn't, and I actually got multiple opportunities to meet Brady Shuhai from Late Night Reading, and again, I was too shy to even say anything, like. So anyways, we were sitting on the lawn, taking a break, drinking water. Turn around, there's Jason. His line is super short, and I was like, I want to meet him so bad. I want to talk to him. I want to hug him. I want to touch him. That's a weird thing to say. I want to touch him. But McKaylin was like, well, let's go meet him. And I was like, oh, okay, let's do it. And I give him my phone, and I'm like, okay, you just open the camera and take a picture. And I took this so he could sign it. And I took a Sharpie, and I took, what else? I just took everything over there to meet him. And I was like, standing in line. We were the next people in line, and I was like, he looked at me, and he was like smiling, and I was like, eh, and then he walked away. He just walked away. Oh, my luck, right? But at least I met Johnny, and I posted this picture everywhere, and I look at it all the time. Because it's the only person that I met. I'm so happy about it. So after that, we go back, we sit down. I waited for him to come back for like 10 minutes, but he didn't. And so we go back and sit down again. And then it's almost time for Falling Universe to come on, so I'm like, okay, let's go down there. And then the security guards were such assholes. We couldn't get to the front. We were so far back.
Is Ohio home? you guys doing? Cool.
So far back for falling in reverse, but Michaela was like, at least we saw them, and I'm like, fuck that. I want to be up there. I want to be like all up in the crowd. I literally, if I would have been up in the front, I would have crowd surfed for falling in reverse so much. I would so crowd surf for falling in reverse. Because like there was this one girl who crowd surfed to the front, and he like came up and grabbed her hand, and I was like, I would probably die. Oh my god. So we were stuck all the way back there, and the ladies, like, they were getting on to everyone who was trying to jump over seats, and we're like, what the fuck, why? And everyone was like, why can't we jump over seats? And they were like, you're not supposed to, you have to go around and go down. I'm like, but if we go around, we'll be even farther back than we are here. And they're like, well then just sit down. I'm like, bitch. And they just kept looking, and I was like shooting daggers, like, fuck you. Oh, it makes me angry. All we had after that was We the Kings at 7:15. So we left there. We walked back, sat down next to my dad for a second. We were like, what are you gonna do? And he's like, nothing. What are you gonna do? He actually had fallen asleep while we were up there. So he was like, oh, I don't have any plans. And like, so we walked around, and I was like, okay, Dad, why are you following us around? And he was like, I don't know, I guess I'll go away. So he leaves, and during this time, he actually, actually that might have been earlier in the day, but it was one of the times that we were separated from him, he watched Of Mice and Men, and I'm really jealous of that. And he actually took videos of them on his phone, and like, because I played him their music in the car on the way there, since we were stuck in immense traffic, and he was like, oh, I like this, and he ended up recording videos so like I could see and hear them, and they were amazing. Actually, I think it was earlier that day, because I think they performed the same time as the Ready Set, and I was like, the Ready Set is probably prioritized over them, even though I do like Of Mice and Men, but I love the Ready Set. I mean, he didn't get all up in the crowd, but I mean, he got pretty good videos. After we got up from the lawn, and we walked around some more, and then I was like, yeah, there's definitely not anything left that I want to buy really that bad. And Michaela was like, yeah, me neither. So it was about like almost 6 or like 6:30ish, because Falling in Reverse came out super late. They didn't come out until like 5:30, so it was like 6:30ish, I think, by the time we were walking around and everything. And so we had 45 minutes till We the Kings, and I'm like, I gotta go pee. And Michaela was like, yeah, I do too. Well, no, actually she said no, I don't. And so we went to the bathroom, and we came out, and Michaela was like, oh, feminine issues. And I was like, oh, same, but I really didn't need anything, like, this is just too much information. But anyways, so you get the point. So we were both like looking around for products, and every little like thing in the bathroom was like out. So we just walked around to every single bathroom, and by this time it was like 6:45. So we were like, yeah, we're definitely out of luck. And I was like, let's just push it out until We the Kings, and then we'll leave. And so we go up and we sit in the lawn at the top, like at the very top corner of the lawn, waiting for like the whatever band. I think Motionless in White was on, which I was kind of excited. No, it wasn't Motionless in White. They were on right after Falling in Reverse, but then Yellow Card was on when we were waiting. And I love Yellow Card, so I was like singing along up in the very top. And Michaelan's like, do you want to just leave, since, you know, that happened in the bathroom, you know? And I was like, yeah. because I didn't want to like force her to. And I mean, We the Kings was more like her idea to see than mine. Like, I wasn't super adamant about seeing them, but like I watched the live stream on the first day of Warped Tour, and I was like, yeah, it would be cool to see them. And like I'm not like a super huge fan of theirs, but I was like, yeah, whatever, let's go see them. So in the end, we didn't end up seeing them. We actually left right at about 7 because I had to track my dad down, and he was watching, I can't remember who he was watching perform. So we had to go find him, and then I was like, can we go? And he's like, what? I thought we weren't going to leave until like 8:30. And he was like, I guess, because Michaela was like, issues. Not like the band, but like feminine issues. So yeah, we ended up leaving, which was sad. But I mean, we spent the majority of the day there, and we watched 4 really, really great bands. We listened to more than 4 really great bands. Because like just walking around, you hear everyone. We watched Less Than Jake. Like, we were up in the crowd to watch them. And like Crown the Empire, I think we watched some. And yeah, we just Yellow Card. We heard the Somerset. We heard a lot of bands. So like you get to listen to great music all day. So it's not like we missed that much. All we missed was We the Kings. So all in all, it wasn't that bad. And then plus we dodged all the traffic that happens as soon as people start leaving. And already, like, it was only 7, like, by the time we were leaving, and people were already packing up their tents and stuff and like getting ready to go. So I was like, yeah, I guess it's okay that we left this early. Like, maybe next year things won't go that way. We'll be a little bit more prepared, But I wasn't that upset about leaving early. And since we got out, at that time we got Waffle House, and we got lots of food because we were super hungry because we hadn't ate all day since like early that morning. And we got pie and Texas burger melts or something, which are amazing, and hash browns, which are also amazing. And then we got to drive home, and it was a great, fantastical day, and I loved every single second of it, and I would love to go every single year, which I am going to go every single year. I told my dad, I was like, my birthday gift every year indefinitely is 2 tickets to Warped Tour, please and thank you very much. And he was like, are you sure about this? And I'm like, yep, I locked that in. He's like, okay, sounds cool. Because I think he really enjoyed himself there. Like, honestly, he just walked around, he met a bunch of other parents, I guess, that were Warped, and he was like, hey, my kids are out just raging and stuff. I'm just chilling. What you doing? I'm pretty sure. And then he's like, yeah, I got to see a Mice and Men, and you didn't. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Little asshole. And then I showed him all the shirts I got, and I showed him this first, and he was like, nope. And I was like, yep. I saw this design get announced, like, I think it got announced like May, and I was like, I'm gonna have that shirt. I totally knew I was gonna have this shirt, and I got it, and no one stopped me. And I showed it to both my parents, and they were both like, nope. And I was like, yeah. And I'm wearing it right now, or whatever. So yeah, that was Warped Tour for me. It was pretty freaking amazing. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And there's one more thing that I have in my notes that I forgot to bring up, is that while we were just throughout the day, like, I think I saw both of them while we were waiting for Falling in Reverse, but I saw Brian Stars like running like, the sidewalk next to the stage, and I also saw Johnny Gilbert with him. So yeah, that was cool. This is it. I love the last line. It's like, Dad watched some Mice and Men. Hope you enjoyed my recap vlog. And I can't wait to talk to you guys in 8 days, because I'm going to, well, actually not even 8 days, it's going to be 7 days, because it'll be a week from now, because I'll talk to you the day after. So yeah, Panic at the Disco, next recap. Be looking out for that. Peace, geese, because it's all Damon. Bye, guys.